library seems to be the next area that we need to enhance. It's a good way for families to come to read together. It's a free service. You really don't pay for anything.
A library is a place of unlimited possibilities. You can let your imagination soar. You can travel to different parts of the world and the country. As a new adult to the community, I really looked to the library to meet people. So bringing the kids to story hour and checking out the books and getting to know the employees, like that was a really important part of meeting the community people at the library and making friends with other moms.
There's so much you can do with a library, because especially with Dodgeville Public Library, there's other libraries where you just come in, you read, and that's it. But Dodgeville Public Library has all these different opportunities. They have all these different clubs. Again, Vicki Stengel and I have talked pretty aggressively about this kind of stuff, just into it a lot, you know what I mean? Because she wants to do all this stuff for the Dodgeville Public Library, and she's got the best intentions for it. She talks about all these clubs, and like I said, these talks. She has all these writers, and not even just writers, but people who are doing artistic things come in, have talks, and try to inform people of what they're doing. The arts are very important, and the library here in Dodgeville gives that a purpose, gives it somewhere to actually develop and come alive, show people what we can do.
That's another one of the benefits of libraries. It's a happy place. It's a quiet place. It's stress-free. It's creative. It's a learning space. And I don't know, you just walk in the door and the troubles or whatever's been a not good thing in your day just kind of floats away, and you can get lost in a mystery, or you can do research.
Because I'm such a lover of books, I'll tell you one thing I do. When I see little kids walk out of the library with a handful of books, I really go up to them. And I tell them I'm happy to see that. And I said, if ever you're bored, or you're lonely, or it's bad weather outside, just pick up a book, and it will change how you feel at that time. And all the things that you learn from a book, you learn how to spell words, you learn different ideas in different countries.
So the library provides a hub just like the school system does. We might send 400 students to the schools, but there are thousands of people that use the library from all ages. It's really important that the library is here to serve as a programming space, an educational space. To me, that's always been the most important part, is to serve as an educational opportunity. You'll go into the library for one thing, and you'll see something else on the shelf, or you'll see a new DVD or a new CD. The library is just a gateway to see this is what the world has to offer. You can go out and see it. Let's start here by learning it.
And reading doesn't mean just books. It means all the other ways you can read. I have a Kindle, I read that. I read library books. I use the library. There are so many other advantages to the library. I borrow music. My Kindle, I can borrow books on my Kindle, all free of charge, of course. And I've taken classes. I've taken computer classes down here just to learn things that I didn't know about how to do on a computer, and very helpful. There's so many other classes that are offered depending on what a person wants to study or learn or enjoy.
So a bigger, bolder library, I guess the bolder part is it will help us project the message of the library about this is a place to learn, to be welcomed, and to connect with other people. A bigger library will help us serve so many of our programs in a better way. And not just library programs, but community programs. Programs that allow people to meet and gather, to interact in a time when there's so much screen interaction. The library provides meeting spaces and community spaces where people can get together and talk and explore ideas together, learn together, and really get information about our world, not just from our community, but all over. The library serves as a great focal point for that. And a bigger library will help us serve. You know, when I see the children's programs where they're packed in so tight that you wonder if sometimes they're going to end up on each other's shoulders by the end of the story, this is a great opportunity for us to really help those kind of programs out.
And I think we have to think about what's important for our community, and why not a good library that will provide so much of what we may not have available without a good library and without people that care about us and staff it, and like you said, good customer service.
So, you know, in regards to why the community should support the library, you know, number one, it's that issue of, again, anyone can use the library no matter your age, income level, and education. But number two, it's the center of the community. To me, there isn't any other spot where anyone can be accepted, right?
Dodgeville need to keep up with the times, which we see the hospital expanding, the school system expanding. This is another resource for people to learn, and we need to have that kept up to date too, and have the facilities and the room and the space for people to come to.
I think it would be a much more inviting and welcoming place. I think people would see it as a place to come and gather. For our service area, if we had the recommended seating, we would have 90 places for people to sit and read or use computers, and it would be comfortable seating, or it would be at tables. Right now we have 35 spaces. So why would I want to come in here with a book and just sit and read? You know, there's so much activity everywhere, and I think that in a new library, you could have spaces where traffic would be minimized. It could be quiet, but there could be activity going on in other parts of the library.
The library is so much more than books. I mean, that might have been what I came for as a kid, was for the books. Now people are coming to library as an after-school space, as a program space, as a place to connect and to learn. It's so much more than just a building full of books. It's a place for people to connect. And I think that naysayers often might not see that this is a gathering place. It's not just a place to come and check out a book on a Friday afternoon for the long weekend.
I can't emphasize enough that this is a positive thing, not a negative thing at all. We get a new library in here. All it's going to do is help further educate people and help get more people in the doors.
Well, a well-informed population is a smart and prosperous population. And so we need to be well-informed, and one way to keep well-informed is with a library.